guys, welcome back to Table Talk Tuesday.
Yep.
My name is Joseph,
Daniel here.
and today we're talking about what it looks like to follow God daily.
That is a tough question because if you look at the early church, all right, or you read through the Bible, you read the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you get to the early church, the Book of Acts, you just see this started with a small group and then a group of people that were just like had this uncaged faith that were just on fire. They're like reaching the nations, going across the world to their neighbors, to everywhere, like to reach people for Jesus, and this idea of like this uncaged faith. And I have to stop as like, you know, if you read through it and reflect, are we living like that? Like as a church, as believers, are we living like that? And what stops us? So what do you think? Are we as believers? So let's just take the West where we live. Okay, are we living in the same kind of uncaged, like on fire kind of faith, following Jesus?
I think oftentimes in the West, or I guess across the world, we oftentimes don't follow God daily. We kind of go to church on Sunday, you know, pray, and then just live out the rest of the week.
God has, he's got a 2-hour time slot.
Yeah,
and he's got to do everything he can in 2 hours.
Yeah, God, you got 2 hours.
I got places to go. But like the challenge is because we got to look at how we're operating. Like sometimes how we're operating, living our lives. Because sometimes we want to see these miracles or these things take place, which I think God is still God is still active today. All right. Yeah. But then also we're like, God, you got 2 hours to do it. Like it's like, wait a second. We got to do some self-reflection. So and so I started thinking, okay, what are the things? Are there barriers that stop us, maybe individually, culture, church in the West, whatever it might be, but basically stop us from really living and walking it out? And I thought of a few, and I'm curious your thoughts on it. The first one is that we have become too comfortable. All right, and comfort's like a kind of it's an idol in our culture, honestly. And everything is about being comfortable. I mean, that's why we're sitting in these chairs and not like hard chairs. You won't see us in the stools. That hurts your back, sitting on those stools.
Yeah.
But the reality is we've become too comfortable. So what are your thoughts on that? Like that we in the church here in the West has become too comfortable.
Yeah. I was actually at Passion Conference a couple weeks ago, and one big quote that stuck with me was...
A big quote?
Well, it's kind of
giant,
but
I'm just kidding.
But it was, I forgot who said it, so my bad. But it was, what one generation tolerates, the other generation will accept.
I feel that, yeah.
So it's like if we get comfortable living like this, then it's just gonna keep going like this, and it'll be a chain. And
yeah.